It's Laura here at the Charleston Holistic Center, and I want to talk about an interesting lesson that I learned a long time ago that just came up again today. And I was at a training, it was week long. We were on day 5, I think. And our instructor swapped with another instructor. So we had a guest instructor. And he came in and he was talking about various things. And finally, at one point, he asked for the hands of someone who would like a healing. And we had a gal in the class who had been emoting all over us for the entire time. We knew her entire backstory because she told it to us morning, afternoon, and evening. And she, of course, stuck her hand up. And he picked on her. He had her stand up and come up. And they did a little stuff, and he was working on her, and he said, all right, I want you to take your story and bring it into a ball in front of you. And she's bawling, and she's doing this. And then he goes, all right, now take your story and throw it out the window. And she just stood there. And he's like, take your story and throw it out the window. And the tears dried up like that. And she just stood there and said, what? And this was repeated like 4 times. I couldn't stand it after a little bit. Finally, I stood up, walked over to the window, and took a particular piece of story that I was playing in my head at that time, took it into a ball, and threw it out the window. The question is, can you take the story that's currently holding you, put it into a ball, and throw it out the window? In other words, stop repeating it. Stop, quote unquote, being whatever that story is. Work on knowing what you've learned since then, how you are since then, and how you intend to be. That poor gal never threw her story out the window. She was a victim of all kinds of things. And she never threw her story out. We continued to hear it the rest of the class. And I'm sure she's still in the same exact place. And this is 10 years later. Don't be like that. Allow yourself the grace, the beauty of taking some part of your story and throwing it out the window. You don't have to do it all at once. Some piece. Something that's really, really holding a lot of emotional charge right now. Let it go. See how much you lighten up. Just saying. Thank you and namaste.